Well, as Russia continues to attack Ukraine ahead of the one-year mark of the invasion, Ukraine's military is not backing down. Sarah Ashton Cirillo is a Ukrainian soldier. She's an American who enlisted in Ukraine's armed forces as a combat medic. After witnessing the Kyiv missile strikes in October of last year, she began her time in Ukraine, though, as a reporter for an LGBTQ publication before moving to the front lines. And Sarah is joining us now from the front lines to talk a little bit more about her time in this war. So listen, I want to point something out, Sarah. I've been following you on Twitter. I saw your last post. It was 15, 16 hours ago. You said that you were moving sort of closer to the front lines, but you did not look like that. So I have to ask you, I see the bandages. Are you okay? What's been happening over the last 24 hours or so?
So an intense amount of fighting broke out. We are the 209th Battalion from Kharkiv Oblast. We're serving at what's known as the zero line. And at the zero line, it's our job to repel any Russian advances. There's nobody between us and the Russians. And due to this, we were in a significant fight. We inflicted tremendous casualties on the invading forces, but the reality is I was hit by shell fragments. I've lost part of my hand, and I have significant scarring on my face. However, we decided to go ahead with this interview due to the fact that with the fighting still taking place above us, I'm in the trench right now, we wanted to get the message out that Ukraine is stronger than ever after 1 year of the full-scale invasion. And we are looking forward to completing the victory and pushing Russia out and achieving the 1991 borders that President Zelensky has stated is our goal.
You know, I tell you, I think throughout the last year, what we have all sort of marveled at, what I kind of think of as the not-so-secret weapon of the Ukrainian army and the Ukrainian people, is the ability to not back down, the spirit, the resolve. You know, but it's one thing to sort of talk like that, but this war has been dragging on now for a year. Do you think that secret weapon, if you will, is still strong? Is the spirit of the Ukrainian people and the military, do you have what it takes if this goes on for yet another year?
I want to give it as an example, the man I consider the greatest commander in the Ukrainian military. That's my particular captain. He's a nuclear physicist. He has a young baby and a wife. And we have this brilliant doctor leading the charge. The entire country could be based off of my commander. Men and women who were thrust into positions that they were not expecting to have to be in ever, and proceeding to defeat the self-proclaimed greatest army in the world. And because of this, we take our courage, we take our bravery, and we take our strength from the Ukrainian people. The military just carries out the will of the Ukrainian people. That's what we're here for. And I personally am able to move forward and carry on. And one of the reasons I enlisted is because nothing has ever been stronger in the fight for liberty, liberation, and democracy than what the Ukrainian people are doing, at least since the United States Revolution against the British Empire.
You know, the president was just in Kyiv and then meeting in Poland with other NATO leaders there. More money being pledged in military aid to Ukraine. I think it was $500 million, you know, hundreds of millions of dollars, billions of dollars being poured into this. I want to ask you, though, it's one thing to pledge this money. You know, what do you need on the ground? What are you seeing? Are you seeing this aid on the ground? And what else is needed?
We are seeing the aid on the ground thus far, but we need everything that's been coming through. General McMaster said we don't need this piecemeal approach, and we don't. I was in Washington, D.C., lobbying in December, the halls of Congress on behalf of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. My message then is the same as my message now. Get us interceptors, get us fighter jets, get us the heavy armor that we need. We can end this war. We can end this war in a month if we were able to get all the weapons we needed. So if you support Ukraine, if you support, talk to your members of Congress, talk to your senators, and let them know, release the aid to Ukraine now. We have the second greatest army in the world behind the United States. There's no people with stronger spirit or capacity. We will inflict maximum damage on the Russians, and we will inflict a transformative defeat upon Vladimir Putin and his war criminals. Release the weapons to us, and we will carry out the job. Let the next death be the last death. we can make that happen.
Listen, Sarah, before I let you go, I got to ask you about something because I heard a podcast that you did and I thought your response was really interesting. You are a woman, you are a trans woman, an American trans woman on the front lines. As you know, there are people out there that will wonder what you are doing there for a variety of different reasons. I'm wondering if you're being a woman, being a trans woman, fighting with the Ukrainian military, has any of that ever come up? Does any of that ever matter?
It's never mattered. It doesn't define me in any way. If anything, being a female defines me more than being a trans female, but even that doesn't matter. The men and women who have picked up arms, the men and women who have gotten together to repel the Russians are judged by their capacity to push back against the enemy and to deliver freedom to the people of Ukraine and the world. And that's how I'm judged. I'm in a trench right now, surrounded by Ukrainian men. I am one of 16% of the women serving in the Ukrainian Armed Forces. We are judged solely on our performance, nothing more, nothing less.
Well, I encourage people to check out your Twitter feed. I'm sorry to see you like this, and I know you're there by choice, but I mean, it was quite jarring to see you just 15 hours ago and to see what you've sustained right now. I want you to be safe. I want you to be healthy, and I want to be able to talk to you again. Sarah, thank you very much.
I want to
Go
thank
ahead.
CBS News for covering the one-year anniversary, and we look forward to delivering total victory over the course of the next year. Thank you so much. Slava Ukraini.
Thank you, Sarah.